If you want to completely master tongue posture, it's not as simple as literally just putting it on your palate. There's other aspects to it. Those I'm going to be going through with you today. The first thing you must realise is that your body is a system starting from the feet up. Don't mind my feet, but we don't exercise these nearly as much as we should actually do. Instead of what we're doing is we're wearing shoes for the whole day, our feet are getting cramped and we're being forced to have terrible feet health. Just ground more, walk more barefoot, and do exercises, do simple exercises. I'll cover more in my guides and also in future videos as well for reference. If your feet are not optimized, if your calves are not optimized, if your spine isn't aligned, you're still trying to force the tongue to go on your palate, it's going to cause common problems like TMJ and grinding as well. It's not going to actually do anything good for your facial structure at all. You've got to master it from the feet up and not just think about simply putting your tongue on the palate. A good hack to encourage the right posture from the feet up really is actually to start breathing through your belly. So breathing in and making air come into your belly, filling up with air and then breathing out. Belly breathing, don't breathe with your chest. Breathing with your chest encourages forward head posture, which basically messes up the full chain from your feet up to your jaw. Talking of that forward head posture, a way to actually stop that from happening is to do chin tucks, but also to have a standing desk when possible. If you work a desk job, please, I encourage you to try and get your boss or whoever's in charge to try and implement that change for you. Sitting at a desk can do basically permanent damage if it's not seen to as soon as possible. So I've kind of told you about the biomechanics of it all, how your body's a system, how you need to have your head positioned. How do you actually encourage that head posture to be corrected apart from those chin tucks? Well, when you do chin tucks, actually please try and do it against like a wall. Don't just do it like this here now. Try and do it against a wall with your head against a wall. That's the best way to do it. And also when sleeping as well, make sure that you're lying on your back. The side is not best when you're starting out. You can, if it's more comfortable for you, you can sort of go back to it once you've mastered your tongue posture while sleeping. But if you're just beginning, I would encourage you to try your best to sleep on your back, because that's going to be best for beginners. You're going to pick up those good habits and you're going to stick with them, even if you eventually do go back to side sleeping. But in the beginning, sleeping on your side is going to make you have a misaligned jaw and probably mean that your tongue's on one side of the palate when it should be centralized. Now, posture is quite a tricky thing sometimes. We don't really know how we're meant to stand. And you're going to get those guys who are like this, and then you're going to get these guys who are like aim for somewhere in the middle. The only way I can sort of describe it is it feels natural, but you're going to want to tuck in your pelvis a bit. That means you're basically, you don't want it like sticking out like a girl, but at the same time you don't want to have it too like that. You don't want to have it like that, but you don't want to have it like that. You want to have it, it's going to feel initially like you're sort of tucking it in a bit forward, but you don't want it to the level of discomfort. Your shoulders should also be slightly back, but not too back, so like that, just not forward. So chest should slightly feel like it's almost coming out, but not too much. You will eventually sort of be able to realize what's good for you. It just comes with time and practice. So tongue posture, mewing, is not as simple as you might think it is. There's a lot more that goes into it, and you've certainly got the palate as well. How do you widen the palate, you may ask? There's certainly methods like thumb pulling, which are easy enough to look up. There's also different types of chewing that can help as well. Chewing with the incisor teeth here instead of the back ones, which encourage your temple and they overactivate it. I'd recommend chewing there, but also chew hard foods. If you're below the age of 25, this will gradually encourage dental health to profoundly increase, and for your palate to widen and for your jaw to become more developed. So let's talk about Weston Price. He was a dentist from quite a while back, and he conducted various studies which showed that the more primitive people, i.e. different tribes, had much better dental health and much better facial development. This was not due to genetics. It was actually due to the food types that the people were consuming. The tribes eating a lot more meat, a lot harder, and chewing a lot more as well. Chewing, not swallowing incorrectly, and I'm going to talk more about that a bit later in the video, but chewing more when they ate, not just gulping everything down, and eating hard things like meat and various other quite hard foods as well, not soft additive ridden foods like, you know, the ones in America. So it seems pretty common sense, and it's not an instant fix, but it's something that you must do. Start eating those foods a lot more. You're going to also want to try and improve bone density, and there's nothing better than increasing vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 can be increased by eating, you know, bioavailable vitamin K2 in things like kiwis, blackberries, and other forms of, well, supplementation. Vitamin K2 MK4 is the best form of vitamin K2 out there, and that will help massively improve your bone density. There are various ways to get, you know, drops that you can supplement, which they have varying results because obviously each brand has a slightly different formulation, but there are some definite outliers which are much better for you. Make sure that when you eat, you swallow and chew with the tongue. You don't have anything like that there when you eat. It all needs to be between the teeth or under the teeth. That's just going to encourage these muscles here, the buccinators, to become over-engaged and make you look chubby. I'm more of a lean face there, but some people have chubby cheeks because they over-engage the muscles there, which is not good. Also, proper swallowing encourages the tongue to rest in the proper position because it strengthens the tongue. So when you swallow, don't swallow with anything else. It should look like this when you swallow. Not you swallow with the tongue, and you know, you can practice this easily with water or a bit of spit. Last but not least, once you've mastered that, all the proper position for the tongue on the palate can be initiated by swallowing a bit of spit and seeing where the tongue rests and making sure that the teeth are not clenched. They're just naturally sitting on each other and you can't even tell that they're resting. That's when you know. If you want more advice and some methods which can actually fast track results, I encourage you to join the Ascend Chamber, which is a community that I'm helping develop. There's another 20 or so Luxmaxes who are quite big in the industry who are helping contribute towards it as well. They're much more experienced than me, but I'm, you know, helping them out as well to just develop some more nutritional aspects to their coaching and plans. If you want some great height supplements which have helped me to grow 4 inches over the last year or so from 5'11 to 6'3", then do go into my description, do give them a look. I'm only promoting them because they work for me and because I quite like the brand, so just give them a look and see how it goes. Thanks a lot, guys. See you in the next video.